We're going to talk about something interesting, a similarity between Shield Hero and Akami got killed in a moment. And we're going to say Age of Aquarius a lot of times while giving valuable information just to reinforce the fact that it's Age of Aquarius. Cloudy comprehends one's role in ensuring that the Lovelies become aware, responsible, powerful co-creators in their direct space. So the Lovelies,
listen closely so that the Lovelies will not be preyed on
and will rather siege any parasite that they notice in their direct space as responsible representations of their higher god slash goddess selves in this Age of Aquarius. And if you feel as though you don't want to recognize how you are a literal co-creator, regardless of what God you believe in, you should be able to at least agree whatever God you believe in put you on this planet to what? To regulate and improve this planet and not to take or destroy life. Any God that destroys life or does any ignorant BS like that, you can trace the energetic parasites. Just saying that straight up. A God is not going to trick you into attacking other developing souls. That's not a God. A God is something you see it in a God's action. A responsible, powerful, capable God has a high level of intelligence. And when you have a high level of intelligence, you have compassion. When you have compassion, you recognize you're not supposed to be taking life at all levels. You're not supposed to be taking life. You're not supposed to be getting in the way of the life of other developing souls.
A God did not place you on this planet to be stagnant or to allow corruption to occur. So that's why you're hearing this message right now, so you can identify you are supposed to be a responsible co-creator in your direct space. And there's a lot to talk about. That will tie into Shield Hero and Akami got killed.
And due to certain things we're going to talk about in this really important talk, there's a lot of legal reformation that's to take place. And us righteous souls have to enter numerous legal fields, get into Congress, and have to connect with one another. We have to find each other. We can't be scattered. I already explained this. It's not subgroup versus subgroup. It's righteous souls versus energetic parasites that are to get legally sieged. 300 years from now, those that come after you aren't going to be in the same humanoid species. So you have to have that clear higher perspective, not attached to a single starting point. Take note of that. Take note of what's going on in the planet and how we have to leave this planet in a better state for those that are to come. There's a lot of problems to resolve, and those problems are seen in anime too. So we're going to talk about that. Start facing the actual source of the problem that is to be sieged so that we can attain a genuine factual solution. Not just make blind money in the hospital scheme field, in the jail scheme field, in the officer scheme field. We have to form our righteous party to protect the United States melting pot. You're hearing it here first. This is coming from someone who has a lot of close, quote-unquote, genuine friends in psychology. And we see the business model. And Cloudy has other videos talking about the business model. But let's focus here first. And we're going to dive into how it relates to Raphtalia's Shield Hero and Akami got killed. Us righteous souls are forming our own society to protect the children from the sick, energetic, spell-casting parasites that worship an energetic parasite and have been creating all the problems that are to now be resolved by us righteous souls. And I can talk a specific way, but when I step into saying quote-unquote one, then that's just the universe talking. That means I'm taking the higher perspective of recognizing the billions of souls and voices prior to us and those that are to manifest in this planet. There is no such thing as myth or fantasy. Those are illusionary words parasites have used in the past to disconnect vulnerable souls from reality. I've already said that and will continue to do that as we move towards correcting certain words. We have course lessons. Connect with Cloudy. We have developing to do. How can you listen to someone that made a spell-casting word in the 14th century when that limited underdeveloped soul literally had a small perspective? How can you listen to someone that made a spell-casting word in the 14th century when that limited undeveloped soul literally had a small perspective? What that means is Cloudy is gathering righteous souls of all fields in the U.S. melting pot, and we are reforming certain words because it's that time. It's just that time. We see what's been occurring on the planet, and it's really time to step in, and that's why us righteous souls are stepping in, and we're getting into these legal positions. So if Europe wants to spell cast,
They can spellcast on themselves, not over here. The Mormons have their own society, us righteous souls have our own. And stick by righteousness through actions. Through our actions, and you can practice whatever religion you want, so long as you aren't harming yourself or others in your direct space. So long as you aren't harming developing souls, also known as children, just make sure you're not harming any children. So long as you're not harming any children, you can practice whatever you want to practice, but so long as you aren't harming developing souls, also known as children, you're good. But the moment that you deviate from that, we are not with that. We are not with the pedophilia garbage that a certain corrupt party is allowing. We are not with that. That is why it starts at the simplest level of legally reforming certain words. We have to make our own news channels. We have to, at every city, we have to have a news channel, our own news channel. And what does that mean? We have to get into forming. We have to start seeing each other. So now you know Cloudy's here, and Cloudy's about righteousness. If you know another soul or brother or sister that's about righteousness, then guess what? You send them over to Cloudy, or you give Cloudy the name. We work and we continue growing. That's the point. We have to. We can't slip. This is a very crucial time. We can't slip. I could be doing officer work right now, but that's not going to solve the problems of this society. It's not going to solve the problems of this planet. It's not going to solve nothing. So if I'm taking a moment to make this, please listen closely to this voice and what's being said. These offices, these underdeveloped offices, most are not going to be able to do just about, they can't do anything. All they're doing is going for the low level evil, but what is the higher level evil that's creating the lower level evil? If you never stop the higher level evil, then you're never going to solve or stop the lower level evil, because there's someone always making the evil, and then you're not solving nothing. You're not. And it's not just about money anymore. It's not. It comes a day where it's not just about money. It's just not. You can have enough and then you start doing what you have, but you recognize this is not the way this planet is supposed to operate, and it's not going to operate off of evil anymore. It's not. So we really have to talk about this. And we're going to dive in a moment how it connects to Raftalia's shield hero and Akami God Kill. And for those that watch both of those animes, you know exactly why we're diving into those two specifically. But that's why it starts at a simple level of legally reforming certain words, because we comprehend why certain words were turned corrupt for some time until being exposed now. Why is that done? Parasites manipulate or give specific words corrupt definitions as a means to prey on the growing psychology of developing souls. Those parasites make corrupt words as a way to prey on literally underdeveloped souls, and that won't be allowed. Those trash illusionary words will no longer manipulate the psychology of developing souls. Those words had corrupt meanings to detached developing souls that can't even protect their minds, are not mentally or emotionally stable, and so invite chaos and parasites into their circle that all self-destruct and have their organs taken. Though all trash energetic parasites are getting legally sieged in this age of Aquarius, age of information. So check this out. Shield Hero. Raftalia's friend was enslaved by an aristocrat, devil rat, demo rat. Check the image placed on the screen. I recently got that in the mail, and funny enough, you never see certain puppet news channels talking or exposing the energetic parasites that are now to get legally sieged. So you see it in anime, the trash devil rat that tortured Raftalia, her, and others. Only parasites that finesse themselves into a lot of money use it in such a corrupt habit of eating, murdering, raping, etc. young souls until now being exposed and legally sieged in this age of Aquarius. Yes, look up Akami God Kill. Trash quote unquote rich parasites were eating the human bodies of vulnerable souls. And then take a glance to certain parasites that were literally eating Egyptian mummies. Like what? That's aside from the trafficking that has to be stopped. There is such a thing as corrupted souls being made by reptilians to eat the flesh and blood of humans. And those are the trash energetic parasites getting legally sieged in his US melting pot in this age of Aquarius. The way to resolve the problem is by funding the right righteous corporations and someone you feel is going to use that energy properly.
Do you know how sick a mind has to be to eat a mummy? A body that's devoid of life? Literally, it has no life force. What are you eating? That's just an excuse for you to do something sick. So there's a lot to talk about. Because you, as a developing soul, would not be happy if somebody dug you up and tried eating you. So please have some compassion, have some comprehension. You have to identify the sort of energetic parasites.
It's time to trace who are the trash discussing energetic parasites that are getting legally abolished, boycotted, and legally sieged in this age of Aquarius. Righteous souls are only spending energy slash money on righteous souls, and we're improving our physical reality in this planet in this age of Aquarius. You're hearing it here. All that needs to be done is for us to interconnect with other righteous souls and get this moving. Like, it's already moving. Cloudy knows a number of good-hearted souls that are collaborating. And so we really have to pick apart who are the ones that are really about it, taking legal action, and who's just talk. You know, we got to remove the ones that are just talk, and we got to get into legal action. And so it starts with identifying how long has somebody been around, and have they been using energy slash money appropriately? Like, what are they using energy slash money for? Personally, Cloudy makes light novels, webtoons, to give doses of reality to these children, these teenagers, these young adults, so that they can then observe the planet and see exactly what's really going on. So that they can become strong enough to where they will protect themselves in their direct space. And they will absorb skills with a newfound appreciation of where they currently are. The world is dirty and has to be cleaned. There are children coming up missing, and you, the listener, can figure out who is the sick parasite doing that, and can point directly at the sick parasite that is to get sieged in this age of Aquarius. Look up any of the missing children cases and have the heart to recognize you arrived to see the problem and solve. Become a responsible co-creator in your direct space, age of Aquarius. Become aware of the trash Satan cult parasites that worship an alien parasite that is all getting sieged in this age of Aquarius. And so join in the legal action that is to be taken. Connect with Cloudy. Recommend other developing souls. And recommend other righteous souls. Or else tend to the consequences income. We have to point out who are the trash, disgusting, corporate energetic parasites that are to get legally sieged, starting the U.S. melting pot in this age of Aquarius. With that said, have a wonderful one.